Real quick, I want to do a fair use. Yeah. Brakatah Yahweh. Brakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha HaKodash. I'd like to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom. To your sisters, your Akhwathiim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Ram Yehuda with the lesson, and this is CSICS.org, where I got this article from. This is Russia nuclear power Bruvesnik, something like that. Let's see how it says it.
Bruvesnik.
Bruvesnik. Yeah. Missile implications for missile defense, right? Because they're, this is that time, we at the end, the time for, so they're looking to so-called defend themselves, but really it's all part of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai's theater, right? The theater of war, Theos meaning God, right? And this is the Lord's movie. And according to the scriptures, this is how it's to play out, right? Vladimir Putin claims that Russia recently completed the successful test of a nuclear-powered and nuclear-armed missile. Also, this it's also nuclear-powered. Wow. God dang. Oh man. This is a nuclear-powered nuclear missile. Wow. Oh, so this thing is just straight power. The whole, wow. The Baruchnik Vestnik, which translate as storm patrol. Yeah, storm patrol. Yeah, patrol. Yeah. Yeah, patrol. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Patrol. Yeah, patrol. Storm patrol. Right? Calling it a unique weapon that no other country possess because of its on board nuclear power, right? Yeah, because it's literally nuclear powered. Because most things have this you have to have jet fuel or something like that, but they say no, they're using a nuclear powered nuclear missile. Oh man, this is crazy, bro. The Lord is beautiful, bro. Hey man, the weapon has in particular a nearly unlimited range, right? Yeah, because when you got jet fuel, you could only put so much jet fuel, and then once it goes off and it burns, pretty soon jet fuel, it burns itself out. And it just has to go until it burns itself out. And then it'll come down, right? So you could try to put enough fuel to try to get it to the mark where you want it to go. And it'll go there. But that's as far, to the thing. But when it's nuclear powered, wow, it's unlimited how far it can go. Wow, that's beautiful. What was I at? Salakia, because that's just crazy. Yeah, because limited. What was that? Yeah, limited range. Putin alleged that the tests lasted around 15 hours, with the missile traveling more than 14,000 kilometers, right? The Norwegian government confirmed it. See, hey, so it's a confirm that that things were happening. That the test flight launched out of was this? I'm trying to. I don't know.
Novaya Zemlya.
Novaya Zamyla. Novaya Zamlya. Sound like a little black girl's name. Novaya. Yeah. And a
Archipelago.
What's this? Archipelago. Oh, it's a little island. Okay, archipelago. I ain't never seen, but yeah, there you go. Archipelago, some little islands. Okay, off the north coast of Russia, right? So they're testing all these different things, right? Matter of fact, it's a video where Russia, Putin is even speaking about, they use their own material. They're doing the thing from their own land. They're not needing material like you're battling, and America saying they this is why he's so-called pushing up the tariffs on China, because there's material that America needs to build their missiles, but China has the material. But China has everything that
Universities, educational schools, industry, and economy as a whole. I note it's important, and I've already mentioned this. It is especially significant that only domestic materials are used in Buvesnik and Poseidon. Thanks to broad cooperation, I emphasize once again, thousands upon thousands of people and specialists, a true treasure trove of new materials, technologies, unmanned, software, and digital solutions and component elements has been created. Their application will allow us to achieve breakthroughs not only in the defense industry, but also in many civilian sectors during the implementation of a number of priority national projects and programs, including small nuclear power. This will ensure success in creating power plants for the Arctic zone and exploring distant and near space, including powering a space transport ship for transporting heavy cargoes we are currently working on, as well as for prospective station on the moon. New principles and algorithms of Poseidon's operation will provide a good effect in enhancing unmanned vehicles, developing shipbuilding, navigation systems, and autonomous shipping, including in the Arctic, while developing the Trans-Arctic Transport Corridor and other routes. The small size, weight, and volume of the created nuclear installations, their safety and reliability allow for flexible use in creating energy sources for extracting resources in hard-to-reach areas, including the Arctic shelf, for providing light and heat to remote territories and settlements, and increasing the efficiency of underwater expeditions in oceanic studies. As for the component base, the electronic filling of Buvesnik and Poseidon, they will be used in creating powerful computers, developing digital infrastructure, management systems, and communications. I repeat, a vast groundwork for the future has been laid. We will definitely move forward. I know that you are already conducting such work not only in plans but in your calculations, drawings on test stands, and ranges for the new generation of armaments and technology. I wish you success in solving the most complex tasks. I know and am confident that you and your colleagues are ready for this. Dear friends, our country poses no threat to anyone. Like all other nuclear powers, Russia is developing its nuclear potential and its strategic potential. Everything we are discussing has long been announced work. Hey, believe
had to do with others. They seem to all be nuclear testing. We have more nuclear weapons than anybody. We don't do testing. We've halted it many years ago. But with others doing testing, I think it's appropriate that we do also.
Details around the testing, sir? Like where, when?
It'll be announced. We have test sites. It'll be announced.
So yeah, so basically you see here, Trump speaking, because obviously Russia's doing tests. So he's like, hey, we got more nukes than anybody, and then we haven't been doing any tests. You might want to test them off. You might want to knock the dust off that and test them out. You know what I'm saying? President Donald Trump has called on U.S. military leaders to resume testing nuclear weapons in order to keep peace with other countries, which as Russia and China, because of other countries' testing programs, right, which that's what Russia was doing, have instructed the Department of War to start testing our nuclear weapons on an equal basis, right? He wrote on social media just before meeting with Chinese President, however you say his name, in South Korea. How do you say the Chinese president name?
Chinese President Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping. Okay, I never knew that. Okay. Xi Jinping, right? The U.S. has more nuclear weapons than any other country, Trump said, with Russia second and China this distant third. It has not conducted nuclear tests since 1992. Yeah, it's bad. That's not good. It's not good, because they've been testing it for a while, and especially North Korea. When you see, hey man, but it's all because what? This is Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 11. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoice, O ye destroyer of my heritage. Right? They just so happy they had the Israelites in slavery. So they they end up getting a tremendous amount of wealth, and not to mention, because of the Israelites made this place fashionable, right? Though people in the world, I'm not gonna say they're not trying to be like Edomites, but because they are. But everybody knows that any swagger, any style, any pizzazz, any type of music, any type of thing that comes out with any type of salt, right, which is flavor, right? Uh, it comes from the Israelites, man, namely Judah, right? The ones that they love to hate, right? You hate us, but you love us because you have to steal our swag. You have to steal, country music from us. You have to steal rock and roll from us. The things that we created. You have to steal the blues and certain things and jazz. Try to steal it from you. You're trying to steal even hip hop. Currently, even though we currently have this thing, it's not something we just want to. But I guess you did that then too. While we were currently using that, you took it away, and Jake just moved on, created something different, right? Right? End up creating R&B and rap, but you're constantly trying to take those things too. You're the destroyer of the Lord's heritage, right? Your whole thing is to completely wear out the saints on all levels, man. Right? Whether it's financially, educationally, right? Right? Spiritually, emotionally. You try to wear out the saints. Meanwhile, have a smile on your face every day, right? It says, because ye have grown fat as the heifer at grass, bellow as the bull, right? And that's the reason why you haven't tested since 1992, right? Because you had all this money, all these things, everything's been cushy, right? No one's really made any war with you since the time of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Everybody had this infatuation with this whore, right? But that's all dissipating, right? It says, your mother shall be sore confounded, right? And that's what's happening right now. That's what this whole Western democracy, this whole ideology that you have had is failing, right? When you're pretending to have a melting pot, but then you're continuously racist, you're continuously all these different things, and really you really only want you, and then technically you're even trying to wipe out your own people. You really only want the rich, and that should be more than evident. The administration, Trump's administration, right? Right? That the Brexit and all these things, it's collapsing. So they're trying to separate from those people so they can try to keep their wealth and this and that, so on and so forth. But they're willing to separate from you too, right? And being confounded with trying to keep ties with you, right? She that bore you shall be ashamed, right? And in that way, they're going to shoot missiles on you, right? It says, behold, the hindermost of the nations, which is America, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, of the nations shall be a wilderness, and that's when everybody shoot their missiles on you. It's going to turn this into the lake of fire. It's going to burn for thousands and thousands of years. And then after those thousands of years that it burned, or however long it burns, it's going to be a desert, right? It's going to be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert, right? The world's biggest desert. It's going to be bigger than, what is it, the Sahara? It's the biggest desert right now, right? It's going to be bigger than the Sahara, bigger than was it the Gobi Desert or something like that? It's a thing like this in Russia, right? It's going to be bigger than that, right? It says, because of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, it shall not be inhabited, right? Because the Lord's basically going to give it a like a Sabbath rest, right? It's going to give the land some rest, right? Since it hasn't had any since you Edomites been over here. But it shall be wholly desolate, right? Everyone that goeth by Babylon, right, it's going to be a testimony against the wicked, and those who will do afterwards. It's going to be a testimony. Shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues, right? The plagues, the missiles, everything is going to wipe that place out. And then we're going to tell the stories about the slavery. Hey, you think you could just wipe it out of the books, but we're going to tell our children the stories of the slavery and the lynching and the water towns and everything you did, even all the way up to now, that you put the troops around us, compass us around us. You put a trench around us to come against us. We're going to tell our children over and over and over forever, basically. This is the Lord. The saints of the Lord shall take the kingdom, and they shall possess the kingdom forever and ever and ever. So we're always constantly going to talk about your wickedness, man. Right? Even when you're not even in existence anymore. The thing that's only going to have you in existing is us talking about your wickedness and how the Lord destroyed you, man. Right? So that's why the Lord said what? It says, put yourselves in array, right? Even your mother, right? Against Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, about all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows. Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's what he's doing. That's what Putin is doing. He said, "Look, we're not here to fight. We're just going to advance our technology. We're going to do this. But by the way, we have a missile, a Banushnikov, however you say it, that doesn't have a range that it can't reach. Matter of fact, it's empowered. It's a empowered nuclear weapon. Hey, cut that out. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But it's supposed to ensure that they have protection. That hey, look, you don't want. Was a Tupac said, "You don't want to fuck with me," you know. Hey, yeah, he trying to tell you, you don't want them kind of problems, but the Most High want those kind of problems. So that's why it's set up this way. You have to do those things. You know, it's not a deterrent. It's part of prophecy. It's going to happen. That's why the Lord said, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon," which is America, round about all ye that bend the bow. So he got to create some things, man. Shoot at her right here, America, her Lady Liberty. Spare no arrows, for she have sinned against Yahweh. Shout against her. Right? Round about she hath given her hand for foundation are fallen, her walls are thrown down, right? For it is the vengeance of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakal Kadash, take vengeance upon her as she have done do unto her, right? You know what I mean? And America's came against everybody, right? In some form, fashion, right? Yeah, so this is Joel chapter 2, verse 1 says, blow ye the trumpet, right? Because this is the last trump, right? Yeah, I mean, this the last hoorah, right? Donald Trump, right? You're the last Trump of the Edomites, man. So we're going to blow the trumpet in Zion, right? So we're giving warning to our people, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, via through these digital epistles out on the highways and the byways. And actually, the Lord putting scourges for amendment, right? So you could see it. You know what I mean? There's things that's only evident. The Charagma, the Israel being compassed about with armies, right? With military. So the Lord said, when you see these things, flee ye, right, into the mountains, which the Lord said that we should be pilgrims in this time. So this is the time that we're coming in. Time we're going to have to be pilgrims. We're giving warning to our people, man. Trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And we're going to have to be pilgrims. Sound, trumpet, and sound an alarm in the holy mountain, right? Towards our people, right? Dangerous times is about to come because the Lord is angry with America. He's angry with Babylon, right? Which America is spiritually known also as Egypt, right? So the Lord's angry with this place, right? It's actually even spiritually known as Eden, right? So to speak, right? Because that's what it was basically saying. You wallowed at the thing like the heifer at grass. You were doing good. You it's like paradise. Eden basically means Idan, which means paradise. They were living it up. They didn't test their new. You wait to 2025 to go, oh yeah, by the way, I think we ought to start testing some of those nuclear missiles because since these other people, they keep testing. Well, why would you wait till now? Right? All right? So that's crazy. Right? But we're telling you Israelites, because this place is going to be a desert. All them that bend the bow have to shoot to this place. That says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. See, it's going to be a dangerous time, right? For the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is come, right? The day of judgment is come. For it is nigh, and it nigh at hand. It's here. It's here, bro. Russia's testing missiles. They creating more things. They got the Poseidon and the Bereshveska. I don't know. I had to figure out how to say that. But yeah, that mug is no joke. A nuclear powered nuke. Wow. It says a day of darkness. See, and that ain't good, right? A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds, right? Rather via the chariots, right? But it's going to be clouds too, because it's going to be smoke. It's going to be cloudy because it's going to be so many missiles in the sky. Like that the movie when I don't know, some people don't like 300, but that movie 300 when they shot all the arrows, and the dude said that he said, we'll shoot so many arrows it'll black out the sky. And he said, I guess we'll fight in the shadows. That was tight, but you ain't gonna fight in these shadows. When these arrows, these are different type of arrows, right? Even though they're known as arrow, these arrow are nuclear powered nukes, Nuclear power arrows. It's crazy, right? It says they have clouds and thick darkness as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people, which is talking about the missiles. It's not talking about actual people. It's talking about the missiles. And a strong. There have not been. Oh, this is what I want right here. There have not been. Neither the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Yes, so it's a fire devoureth before them, right? Which is talking about the missiles, the nuclear missiles, right? Or arrows, right? Because it's also known as arrows. Before them and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before it, right? Being like them, being like the Hephrat grass. Everything's good. It's all, you're just living it up. You're like paradise. Everything's all good, right? It's the Garden of Eden, which, like I said, Eden means paradise. Everything's all good, right? You're you're an Edomite, or you're a nigga smoking a blunt. As long as you can smoke a blunt and have sex with somebody else's wife, lady, or whatever, you're happy. And Esau's happy as long as he can cause someone else to fall. Like, as long as he could cause you to sin against the Most High, he's happy. And as long as you could, boy, y'all two peas in a pod, right? That's why the Lord's destroying this place, right? The heathen and you heathenistic minded Israelites, man. Right? You Gentile in the mindset Israelites, right? So Garden of Eden before them, Salakia, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Same thing it was saying about it. We were just reading in Jeremiah 50, a desolate wilderness, right? Yea, and nothing shall escape, right? The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, which represents the power. So when you got a nuclear powered nuke, that's a lot of power, right? It represents power, and as horsemen, so shall they run, right? And that's gonna go, fast. That's really fast, bro. It says that like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains, right? It's gonna make that, because that fire is coming behind it, and then that you're not only gonna hear one, it's gonna be several, all at one time. So it's basically gonna roar. It's gonna, the ground, the earth, and everything's gonna shake before it shakes. Before the nukes even hit the ground, it's gonna cause the earth to shake just from the sure thrusts of a nuclear powered nuke or hypersonic missile. Right? It's crazy, bro. Right? Top of mountain shall they leap like the noise of the flame, right? See, for the flame of the fire. And that's what you're going to be hearing, that flame from the fire just coming from behind it. Right? That devoureth the stubble as a strong people set in battle array, right? And just said that. Set yourselves in battle against her, all them that bend the bow, right? What's a bow? A bow is for what? An arrow, right? It says because before their faces the people shall be much pain, all their faces shall gather blackness, right? Which talking about the missiles, man. It's gonna be so many missiles in the sky. It's gonna like blot, like I said on 300. It's gonna blot out the sky. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 13. It says for strong is his right hand. His right hand is Yahweh Shai, right? That bendeth what? The bow, right? So it said all them that bend the bow, which is talking about all these different nations. But it says strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. And I'm telling you, his right hand is Yahweh Shai. So who do you think is coercing these people to do these things? It's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is in the minds of the people. He's coercing these things and he's orchestrating. He is the author and the finisher of our faith. So he's the author and the finisher of everything that's going on, right? You know, so he's causing these people to test their nukes, right? So now Trump has to say, hey, everybody's testing their nukes. I think we better do that. Well, you haven't did it since '92, but it's because you've been bellowing at the grass as the woman, as the woman, but yeah, a heifer, right? Because no, I said woman, because some women are known as heifers, and that's just a fact. That's true. Some women are just heifers, but I wasn't. But the woman, yeah, being what? Lady Liberty, that whore, the daughter of Babylon, the woman, right? She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. That's you. You're dead. You're already past, and you don't even know it. You waited from 92 all the way from 92 to now. Now you have to test the nukes. That's crazy. It's something that you should have been doing, right? But you've been lazy. You've been eating good. You've been the Eden. You've been paradise, living it up, living good. And I'm all happy because you got the Israelites in subjection and they jumping from free throw lines and winning your Super Bowls and winning all these different trophies and what you call them. Meanwhile, you can shoot them in the back and shoot them in the thing, shoot them on live TV, beat them, this and that, and they keep coming back. Please, with the weapon, please love me. Just treat me like how you treat your own people. Just love me. I just want to be treated fair. I just want you to love me. And you thought that was it. You know what I mean? You didn't achieve it all, right? But the Lord said, nah. All them that bend the bow, which Yahweh Shai is the one who's coercing that thing. That's why he's the righteous right hand of the Most High. Yahweh, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows, right, which is the missiles, which is his army. Those missiles are part of the Lord's army. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, right? And part of sharpening is what? Testing it. You have to test it to make sure they're sharp. And shall not miss, right? So when these nukes, they're being strategically tested out and put through strenuous tests and putting the latest and the greatest technology to it. So they're not gonna miss, right? When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, right? So it's talking about nukes, because a regular arrow can't go from. You can't even shoot it from a state. You can't take an actual literal born arrow and shoot that arrow and it'll go over into, from Arizona to Nevada, or from something like that. I mean, I was gonna say maybe you could do it like in New York. Try to shoot one from New York to Jersey, but then even that river, the river, the water. I mean, you might can do, but I don't know. Or like from, cause like, was it Detroit? On the other side is Canada. It's pretty cool. But even that would be a crazy thing to be able to do, right? We're talking about something to the ends of the world, right? To the, what is it? The hinder parts of the earth. That's where those missiles come, to the hindermost part of the earth, which is America, right? So we ain't talking about something simple. So obviously has to be the nuclear missiles, right? Plain and simple, right? And they have been sharpened, shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, right? Just trying to catch myself back up. It says, behold, which means feature eyes, look, pay attention. The plagues are sent, right? And shall not return again, right? So once these nukes are sent, they ain't going to return, right? Until they come upon the earth, right? To melt with fervent heat, right? The elements won't melt with fervent heat, turn us into the lake of fire. And the flame is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth, which is talking about America. It's not talking about the whole earth. It's just talking about the, dirt. If you grab a piece of dirt, go out there and shovel some dirt, and put a significant amount in your hand, and that's what you call earth. It's not talking about the whole entire world, but the earth. But being that the earth, right, America, is going to melt with fervent heat. And that's not talking about all the world. It says all them that bend the bow shoot at her. Her who? Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. That's just this place, right? Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, right? See? Returneth not backwards. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth, which is America, this earth, shall not return. So Kahalayim Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakha HaKodash. Hey, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, right? To the elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akhwathim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and above all, and Kwam Yasharallah.